Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Carolina Panthers.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Taking it about the one. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Marino to throw it. Flush to his right. Marino slides and he'll have the first down. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made at about the 38. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the former Washington Husky. Here's Myles Gaskin. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
And that'll set them back 5. On 2nd down, here's Marino. Flushed out right. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. But his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. And they'll be led out by their quarterback and none other than Cam Newton.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards remain on second down. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level, and they're playing their best football at the right time of year.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep for Miami, Jalen Waddle. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 10 carries, 53 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Liam Eichenberg, second-round pick in 2021 from Notre Dame, the guilty party. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing on second and long. Marino. And he will slide down with a good gain. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
On third down, Marino. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. 6-0 our score after one. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's Marino to throw. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Williams. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
He doesn't get many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number's going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking that a lot of times their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to the football.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coach would always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And caught left side, Olsen. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To throw is Newton. And that will be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Returnable here from the 38. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Marino. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Marino off of play action. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another 1st down.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what the referee says. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Play fake. Here's Marino. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
2nd down and goal. Marino. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is Marino. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Sanders' kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Fired quickly here, and that's complete. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Newton. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. To the air again, Newton. Finding some room at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, it's Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton, quick hitter here. It's complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. A shot before the break. Newton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Davis Webb, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Let's stay in the AFC West as we check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Ben DiNucci throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. James Morgan, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. That result, really no surprise. That's what we're becoming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the '85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s purple people eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Marino's throw here taken in by Gesicki. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Marino over the middle. He's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Marino looks to toss it again. He finds his man, complete. That's Clayton. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say, on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down now, it's Williams. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Again, it's Williams. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On first down, Williams. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. Another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind. Because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Nothing fancy there on that two-point try. Give it to the big boy, let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A handoff as they run the counter play. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Miami set to take over. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the 41, Marino flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Here's Marino. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Marino sets up. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Williams. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They run it again with Williams. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look.
Williams loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Marino. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now Newton. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On 1st and 10, Newton firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Again, Newton. He's going to let it fly.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here we go on 4th down. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Newton on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Newton on 1st down. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Newton throwing again.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And quickly they get to the line. 3rd and 2. Newton.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are moving closer to a 15-0 record as they extend their lead here. This time, the extra point up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Newton on 3rd down. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time. Nope. Penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Taking it about the 16. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Marino going to throw despite the late lead. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Miami, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for Carolina, this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.